Today I'm speaking with Bernhard Spirig. Benny was a music teacher in Hudson Valley, New York for more than 40 years and just recently retired. Benny is a Parkinson's patient, and his reflections on his connection as a musician, music teacher, and Parkinson's patient is something that I think is really interesting and inspirational. I'm really looking forward to having this conversation. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. I just
It's
came
so
from the
wonderful.
pickleball.
It's so wonderful to have this opportunity to have a conversation with you. I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. I love to get to the bottom of my stuff. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine. Tell me, when did you first receive your diagnosis?
In 2019.
2019.
The spring, yes. And it was, I mean, it started earlier than that, but that was the diagnosis from the neurologist.
So you say it started earlier than that. What were some of the first symptoms, first indications that you are going to be having some issues?
This here, or this on this side, you can see it, right?
Yeah. So your first indication was not a tremor; it was a kind of bradykinesia, moving slowly. I have the exact same.
Yes. And I was wondering, I mean, it didn't affect my playing at that point.
Right.
My trumpet, I was a trumpet player at some point.
So how long ago was that you first had that indication?
I would say 3 years prior to that, like 2016. Yeah.
And was it consistent all the time, or did it come and go?
No, it came and went away. Could be totally gone. Especially when I went hiking in the mountains, it was totally gone.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the key of everything. Movement and, like activity. Just stay active.
Right. Absolutely.
That's when I discovered that it goes away and it comes.
Yeah. I've experienced the exact same thing. So it started with that, and then how did it progress? I mean, it became more prominent, or other symptoms? What happened next?
Well, the next symptom was the tremors in my left side. Like the left arm started shaking, and then the legs started shaking, but very minor at that point. And still, through physical exercise, it would just kind of calm down, or go away for a few days and then come back. So that has really changed in the process as it got worse. The tremors.
Yeah.
And then, I started developing, also sometimes I would look for words. I mean, that's what's happening now. Sometimes I look for words, or I stutter a little bit, or my voice gets a little weak. So, but when I focus on it, it goes away.
What prompted you to finally go to a neurologist or movement specialist?
That's a good question. My wife.
Hey,
she is very thorough with things like that. Also, I went to the neurologist, and she said it's very clearly it's Parkinson's disease. Dr. Lever, she is absolutely an amazing person.
Wonderful.
It's very integrating, what other people do, or stuff that's not approved, or it's the people who are looking for solutions. She's very open-minded.
So what are the treatments and therapies that you're receiving?
I have biofeedback.
So tell me about that. I don't know anything about biofeedback.
It has a tech aspect to it. So you're working with computer and like recording the brain movements, and she can analyze brain waves and that's computerized. And then there's a part of it which is brain stimulation. That's
Oh, wow.
a part.
Okay.
So that's one part of it. And then the other part is also like on very simple things like breathing exercises with different, different aspects. Like you can see this computer screen will be a mandala that goes like this. That's for me, that's really helpful. It's like a mandala. You know what that is, right? It's like a circle and has colors in it, and it goes like, just goes opens and so in your brain, and then it measures the heartbeat variability. So if you can, you can basically direct yourself to calm down.
Your activity is a big part of your routine as well, yeah? Tell me about that.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah, so I do the pickleball. I do, obviously, I still play music. I play in 2 community bands. I don't know. I told you, I don't know why they let me still play. I switched to the baritone horn, and it's kind of working.
Well, I want to move forward and talk about Parkinson's and music with you, for sure. So you were a general music teacher for how many years?
So I was a mix of general music and instrumental. So I started out in 2000 with just general music in elementary school and junior high for a few years, and then they switched. Obviously, I had chorus in the elementary school, which was wonderful. I enjoyed that, and I had many kids joining, and it was just really joyful. And then they gave me the instrumental because I'm an instrumental teacher. So after like 10 years, they gave me the instrumental job.
Okay.
And then 2014, they finally gave me the elementary job, which is my dream job, elementary instrumental job. So
Wow.
that's when I started to have a lot of fun, and like it was just wonderful, a wonderful time, the last 10 years of my job.
When you started having your symptoms, did it impact your teaching, specifically like instrumental music teaching?
Actually, it's the opposite.
Oh,
It
interesting.
totally helped me. I did not think 1 minute about my disease. I just kept going, and the only difficult part was obviously, as when you stand in front of an audience and you direct the band. That was the hardest part, because you kind of in the beginning you have to get over the embarrassment that you feel embarrassed, that your hand is shaking, and you have to make, obviously, it's more difficult than also to speak publicly. That was, but I have to say that it was a lot of understanding going on from the parents and from the kids, especially from the kids. They were very supportive through everything, and just it just made it better.
You had to do a lot on piano. Do you have problem playing piano?
Yes, the left hand started being a real problem. Yeah, that was another thing that was heartbreaking, because I just realized I just can't do it right. And then
Yeah.
it's just, it wasn't the most important part for me. The most important part is the trumpet, because I am really in love with the trumpet, and it just disintegrated. Probably also because of the oral muscles here. That's what really was. And then sometimes my chin starts shaking a little bit. That's totally a bad thing for the embouchure. You can only
Right.
imagine.
But as you play, does it get better?
I'm not thinking about it, which is always positive. I'm not thinking about the disease. And then I'm just in the middle of it. So most of the time, it's a really positive experience. But then comes those nightmares when you're really afraid that you can't do it.
Yeah.
The playing that it just doesn't work anymore. That the range kept shrinking. You know, I used to have like 3 octaves, you know, and it's now it just kept shrinking, you know. On the trumpet,
It's interesting you moved to baritone horn. That probably works better for the embouchure as well with a larger mouthpiece, no?
oh, yeah. The best is the tuba. The tuba
Yeah.
is really good. And I also have a harness that I put on, so I don't have to use my left hand for holding. So because the left hand shake also affects the embouchure.
You have symptoms on both sides or just the left?
Just the left. Yes,
Okay.
more or less.
So you on the baritone hornet, you use your right hand for the pistons as well, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Well, that's
But the
fortunate. That's
thing is,
good.
yeah, that's very good. You still stabilize your horn with your left hand, and if it starts
Absolutely.
moving, then it's not good. So my real pleasure is right now, and it sounds paradox, but it's the recorder and the EV. I don't know if you know what that is, an EV.
Yeah.
It's this baby here.
Wow.
A lot of fun to play jazz on this. Yes,
So
it's a saxophone. It works as a saxophone.
I'm struck by there's been an undercurrent, an underlying theme in everything we've talked about, everything you've said to me, and I want to ask you about it. Clearly, for you, there is a deep, deep connection between your your mental state, for lack of a better term, your emotional state, and your
Yeah.
symptoms.
Yes.
And I think for me, I can really relate to that. And
Hmm.
I think many people on the Parkinson's journey can relate to that in terms of that deep, deep connection between how we're feeling physically and how we're feeling emotionally. And
Yeah.
and I'm struck by your reaction to how music makes you feel better because it makes you feel emotionally better, and
Yes.
how physical activity makes you feel better because you, for example, being in the outdoors. I'm really struck. I would like you to talk more about your experiences and that connection between your emotional state and your symptoms.
Yes. And it's very important that you have these tools to basically, when you get into the emotional stage that it starts being overwhelming, then I have a few tools to work with. And the one is, you know, the breathing. Obviously, we can work on the breathing. And for me, it's I prepared something for you. So it's what I do is mostly humming, which is very helpful, and mostly lullabies that my mother taught me back in the days. And it's really the humming and the singing just for yourself when I get into those emotional moments are very helpful. And so is obviously the recorder playing outside at night.
Wow.
So when I go, because I'm forced basically to go outside with the dogs. Okay, so when they're outside, they're not bothered by the recorder, but inside they start terribly crying. So I have to stop. So I don't know if you know that song. I mean, my favorite song for getting me started outside is um, A Shoken Farewell. I'm sure you know that song. Yeah, it's very calming. It's very soothing, and it kind of takes the pain away. I mean, the emotional pain for me. So there's one song that that my mother used to sing, and we used to sing it in the family. It's in Swiss German, and it's very helpful. I'm gonna try to not get nervous when I do this. Okay. Lueget vor Bergen und Tal, flieht ja der Sonnenstrahl. Lueget vor Auen und Matten, wachsen die dunklen Schatten, die Sonne auf den Bergen noch steht. Oh, wie sie Gletscher so rot, oh, wie sie Gletscher so rot.
Bravo. When you sing that, what are you feeling?
It's extremely helpful for me when I do that. I just hum it. I just wanted to let you know that what the Swiss words are.
Right.
It basically means look at the mountains and the valleys, how the sunshine is going away, and then how the shadows are growing, and on the mountains the sun is still staying. You still see it on the tops of the mountains. You can still see the light of the sun, and the valleys are already dark. And how the glaciers are red. They become red in the sunshine. Yeah. And then I have something, I have like an emergency medication when it gets really, like when I'm getting overwhelmed, I take a lorazepam, 0.5 little dose, and it helps tremendous. It just,
when you say you get overwhelmed, do you get overwhelmed by life, or do you get overwhelmed by Parkinson's?
Parkinson's, and just the music that doesn't work. Sometimes I get very upset about it. Right now I'm pretty stable with it because I have all these, I have some strategies, and I have a really good support system. My wife is tremendous, and my brother is absolutely an amazing person. So, and also a lot of friends who are supportive. So I'm very lucky with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get a little desperate. I do. Then it's it's just what it is.
You're really tapped into to your emotional state and the effect on your symptoms, and I think that that's really a model for so many of us on this journey, because I think for me personally, one of the big surprises for me has been that profound effect of my emotional state on the level of my symptoms, particularly the bradykinesia. And so I'm always looking for strategies for learning how to deal with that. And I really appreciate your openness in talking about your strategies. So let me ask you something before I let you go. I've been asking in all of my conversations this question, and it's if you had the opportunity to speak with somebody who just found out that they're beginning this Parkinson's journey, what advice or what words of wisdom might you share with them?
Be in the present. Don't look ahead. Don't look back. How beautiful it was before, and don't think it's gonna, like things are gonna change in a way. Just stay where you are at the moment, and just start breathing, because that's basically the only thing you can do.
Thank you so much for sharing time with me this morning. I appreciate it. It's really wonderful to talk with you.